Alright, now we're going to be doing Fam versus the Cubs. All three of the games that we played today were very good games, lots of fun. They very action-packed, a lot of dead troops, and we lost all three, and there's a lot of room for improvement. Unfortunately, to start this game off, we're down 2 players. Having extra players here would have been really nice. But sometimes that's how it goes. We have 8 versus 5 mid. 10 versus 6 bottom. So yeah, that's completely lost. And then we have 9 versus 10 tower 1. So let's start with tower 1. We'll see how this goes. We're getting good damage, good rallies on the front line to start off. We've lost about a third on both of our front guys, but that's about it. I took 1 solo attack. I think probably bad timing on my part. Like, I sent out a solo attack while I was getting attacked. Just couldn't defend myself. Right here, so you can see this guy's just counter solo attacking me as soon as he sees me march. But I'm okay with it because here I get the timing. I'm able to recall, catch the defense, and then I do a bunch of damage to these guys, right? So softening up the team, and the rallies are coming in on the front line, doing a lot of damage. Pretty close and even fight so far. Our front line is 1 HP, and this is not how you play the front line. So if you're playing this position as a defense player, then you want to move back at like around 10 to 15k prosperity, move behind your teammates. If they continue to rally you, then you have ample time to call out to defend you, and we can defend successfully from a long range. It's a lot harder to do like a solo attack rally from the long range, because if you send out a solo attack in front of your rally from the front line, then guess what? We can counter that and do damage back, right? And it gives us a lot more time to defend our teammate. So stalling for points, you come back here, 10 to 15,000 prosperity, and you let your points build up 2,000, then you move back into the front line, continue the aggression, and reborn. But instead you use a shield with 1 HP, which doesn't really do anything. It just stalls your death. You're going to get killed anyways. So you might as well have just died if you were going to play it out this way, I think, in my opinion. Just die, go back to spawn, go somewhere else, or come back full prosperity again. If you've, just got hit with too many attacks all at once, and then you're brought down to 1 HP, like, yeah, it's probably just a better play to just die. Anyways, moving on from that. It seems like, again, another theme with our games is that we're split focused on the tower for some reason. I guess it's to clear, theirs right off the bat, so it makes sense, that's fine. But like, when we have a bunch of people going to do this against like one guy, it's kind of wasteful, right? Like, those marches could have been used to rally with, to attack other players with. That definitely should have been blocked. Unfortunately, I don't think mine was available, and I didn't notice, so I didn't call it out. They go for the all-in, and yeah, we don't have enough players to stop them. They get some backup. They get the all-in. Oh, we managed to stop them actually the first time, but they go right back for it, and we're not able to prevent the second time, I think. Just barely not able to prevent it. Oh, no, we actually do. Okay, so I guess it's the third time. The persistence pays off, and they get a good position around the tower, and we're just not able to stop them. Everybody was participating in that, except for Vinks Jr. here, it seems. So yeah. I mean, they just keep going for it, keep going for it. We just have to stall them till the point where their support talent expires. But yeah, being down 5 players at this point in the game, I think is partly why we... Actually, not partly. It's definitely why we aren't able to pull this off. We just don't have enough backup. Again, another shield. That should be a reborn. It is 19 to 20 minutes in the game. I think we're getting close to around this time is when you can reborn, so we definitely want to be doing that instead of shielding. Solo attack in front of the rally because they were heavily defending Mike. We finally almost ported this guy. Just starting to play a little more aggressive on the tower, moving up, but we get the cancel. They're very nice. Good. I think I called that out and got some good help, so like to see it. Not able to defend that. Not able to defend that either. Very good relocation blocks by the Cubs at this tower. The only way we're going to get this is if we start to port their front line. He has a reborn available. Very, very useful position to reborn in. And yeah, they're going to get and hold this for, you know, the whole, almost the whole game. We get it. We managed to get it back at the 40-minute mark, but by then it's already too late. Game's already over. Let's see how mid went. 5 versus 8. This should be quick. But they have some of their best players in mid. So they managed to finesse, hold us off. Leg taking some rallies. 1 hit each on them. There we go. Finally a defense. And a good connection on the rallies. That's a fake march. It's very easy to tell when you don't fill every troop with troops. You definitely want to do that, Mike. Just saying. Yeah, we force them to go back. They're taking a lot of damage. They managed. That would have been a nice cancel to get. Unfortunately, we can't. Moving up around the tower. That's a good spot to move up to. It would be very nice if we had a teammate move up here as well to help join rallies, because the solo attacks are not winning right now. And it's just taking a long time to port them out. Because they're so clumped. I think we need more rallies, faster rallies here. Like basically rallies on everybody, right? They can't defend everyone. Just rallying the same person. they managed to get somebody in for backup. And we have still our 8. Now we really want this position. The rapid coat cat should be moving up into this position. And Zeke moving here. We need somebody to move here so that we can all in this tower. McLovin, it takes a ton of solo attacks and then shields. Again, like, it's better to defend yourself and then move back and then move forward and reborn. But instead, you know, he dies. He trades his life, I think, for someone else. But yeah, and like, you know, how does this not get canceled? Like, how is he able to die and then come back? There's literally 8 of us. Like, that needs to be called out and canceled every single time. And then, like, there's no way we can't pull off an all-in on this tower. Like, there's literally only 4 of them here. And somehow they're stalling this till 13 minutes. Like, that is not good. Not good at all. And then we do finally decide to go all in, and they're still able to stall it. I mean, we're just not coordinated enough. Our all-ins are not clean enough. We need the support in, and then we need, you know, your march is 4, 3, 2, 1, with everybody's main march being at the front end. To absorb all these marches, you recall your main march, you send your main march back in, you keep your main march at the front of all of the troops that are in the tower to keep the numbers high. And then just keep, you know, instant recalling and speeding them back in, but we don't do it efficiently enough. It takes us 18 and a half minutes to get there. But we do. But yeah, like, think they only have 5 players. They've only had 5 players here. They've stalled this for 18 minutes, and now we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 players here against their 5. So guess what? Of course, we're going to be weak everywhere else on the map because we sent double their players, and it took us 19 minutes to get this tower and port them away. And on the flip side, now we have 10 versus 6 here, right? 10 versus 6, they get the tower almost immediately. I think. Yes, they do. They get it at... Oh. No, they do not. Okay, they get it at the 6.5 minute mark. So not right away. So we stalled it for a little bit. Not bad, but you know, we're down numbers. We're gonna lose the tower, but it's just a matter of like how long we can stall them for, how long we can stay alive. But yeah, this is pretty lost. It's like at this point it's almost not worth even staying because we're just gonna get ported away. You know, honestly, shield it's not even worth using in my opinion here. Should just die, go somewhere else. As soon as we see a start like this, though, we basically want to try to keep ourselves healthy and move away as soon as we can. Move to mid, move to top. You know, at this point, what you would do, I'd say in hindsight, looking at this, you get here, right? We're down 10 players. Or, sorry, they have 10 players. And we have 6. It's clearly lost. Stall as long as you can, but it's probably more important that we just maintain our prosperity, right? Maybe do a little damage to them and try to move away as soon as we can. And where would you move, right? So, I mean, it's going to be impossible to keep the front line healthy, right? They're going to take heavy damage, so these guys are just going to get ported. Let the front line guys stall the tower.
take damage, and die. And then the backline guys, your goal would be to go mid or go home. And then the goal of home and mid would be to rotate to top, right? We have a lot of people here. We're going to be able to kill them. As soon as we start to port these, like the first couple players, maybe 1 or 2 guys are already relocating to top to try and get here to give us a numbers advantage to win this tower, while still giving us enough numbers here to port these guys and eventually get central tower, right? Because now if we're quick enough and we relocate and we realize this ahead of time of Cubs, they're going to have a lot of people here and they're going to struggle to get in mid. They're going to struggle to get in the home tower because we've relocated back to defend it, 3 to 4 players from here. And we try to play for these 3 towers, right? Home, top, and mid. And that should be the game plan. Unfortunately, so what ends up happening, we got 2 here, right? 25-minute mark, and Fellas leaves, which is a huge mistake. And then we get teleported on. Teleported, relocated, blocked, and boom, it's all over. This guy's getting hit with tons of solo attacks, rallies. Puts the shield on, not enough to hold. Oh, it is enough, but we just will struggle to get back in. Now that there's 4 of them here, they have 4 people to cancel relocations or destroy buildings collectively. And another teleport in, that guy's dead. Now it's 5 versus 1. Tower's lost. We lose that, they get too much of a lead, right? At this point, they get they're gonna get 40 per second. We're only getting 25 from mid. As soon as they get that, right? Because we haven't managed to get this yet, and we do at like the 40-minute mark. So now we're getting. No, we were getting 15 per second for a while there versus their 40. Now we're getting 25 to their 30, but they're still winning because they got 3. And nobody's dead, right? We have so many people stacked up in one spot that nobody's really dying, but we're not in the positions we need to be in. We got 7 or 6 here. This is good. But there's no, we need that 3rd tower. And it's already too much of a gap at this point. We need to get a couple towers, and they're already in position. You can see someone relocating over here, recognizing that they're winning. All they need to do is hold their towers. Relocations come to the tower, and this is where the macro wins games. Yeah, it took us some time. We got some backup. There's a ton of them here, but we did manage to fight their front lines off, take good positions around the tower here. Self manages to get into this position, and this is the reason why we're able to get this tower. He's holding up there nicely. He has a reborn. So we poured Hoodie, we poured Mike, Spaz. It's just them. It's just these 2 players left. And I think right around here, yeah. We call for the all in and get it. Did a good job cutting off their relocations so they couldn't back anybody up near this tower to actually defend it. But yeah, we just didn't have the players on the other points on the map to hold. And I mean, that's definitely due to, I mean, look how many of us just barely have any troops. It was definitely a huge bloodbath this game. But being down 4 players at the 20-minute mark, right? Like, or at the 40-minute mark, I should say. well, of course we're not gonna be able to defend our home tower because it's taking us, all of these players to get rid of the mass amount that they have here. We're keeping our solid. Maybe we could afford to send one away, but you were keeping our solid 5 to 6 in mid just to keep it defended, of course. And then, imagine we had 4 extra players. We could, and they were just at home. 5, we're down 5 right now. We don't lose this tower. We eventually fight this off and win it, and then we have a much closer game. We could even potentially win. So yeah, close, but we just didn't have the players, and they played it well with the teleports, the relocation blocks were nice, and they managed to completely remove us from our own home tower. So well played, good game, and thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. I forgot to show this, but here's the end game. Contributions. Killed. Wounded. Altars. Tower contribution. And prosperity destroyed. And the score ended up being 95.5 to 67.25. Good game, Cubs.